about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Eluding the pressure right. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the kick by Rosas is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. Fights through him. And a good stiff arm and some space to run. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. A big play that time for the Raiders. 51 yards on the ground.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll run it here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They're going to look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now they'll run it on the toss. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the 1st before he's brought down. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up. after this. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
3-19! 3-19! Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw here. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. In for the score. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it, escaping the pressure right. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a 1st. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing what...
And he will take it in for the touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
There we go now as they will again try for 2.
Lucky 56.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Watch him now, Barney.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And past the 30 down to about the 27. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll set up to throw. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 32. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And, partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the home team here, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
come in. Sounds like I seats in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle. LAD low to the tag. I go in back of the. They all from that. My diamonds, they all look at. This, that. I go to bed on bed. I got the demon on flats. I got it in the back. Haters, they talk the chat. They step on the rock, don't man. I'm a K-back. 400K. I found out where you lay at. I got the lurking and they hate cats. Pockets stay fat. I got the from the block and they scamming, they know what banks at. I got the work on the avenue, they know what tanks at. I got the that live in the mansion, they know what that. I got some that's up in the Jordan, they know what that. I came on top of the building, yeah, my we had a plan. We came on top of the building, yeah, my we never ran. Down there, thought that I had a fan. Oh, hey, any 10 o'clock, got a flight out, yeah, I'm going back out to Japan. I got 2 Billy truck and a bitch door with a land. Bruce Wayne, I'm Batman. Batman, I'm best man. I got my best man. I go to hotels when I step out, yeah, your boy got a doorman. I go to nightclubs with a, yeah, they call me the madman. I ain't no madman, I just go crazy, man. Ball hard, can't face, man. Choppers, rip wasteland. This what happens when you give it a taste life and you give it a wasteland. This what happens when you give it a fake life and then the ape in. I live with birds come in. Sounds like I see it in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle. I live with birds come in. Sounds like I see it in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle.
I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, oh yeah. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. Chillin' like a boss with my feet up. Got a bag for him with a visa. Pulling up the no the leader. Getting that while I'm on the. She's a keeper. No play burritos. Get to the pesos with amigos. I cannot with no zeros. Don't you run out? No, I can't show you no love, baby. Yeah, I am a boss in the cut. Mayday, bubbles and these models. It's popping, I tip her. I skip her, I give her the. Girl, you on my line right now. Yeah, I can see the signs right now. Feeling like a boss right now. Feeling like a boss right now. And you just took a loss right now. Dripping in the sauce right now. Get a sprinkle of my style. I'm about to lock down. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. I feel like a boss right now. Talk to the man right now. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Feel like the man right now. Your girl on my line right now. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Shorty all up in my feel, yeah, yeah, yeah. She love me in the gray sweatpants. You never left, yeah. Feeling like a boss, I done made it. Get so deep like a spaceship. I swear my life is amazing. Blowing money, no hesitation. I dimes, no basic. I know these be hating, but that's what made me feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, oh yeah.
What's that on that beat?
Addicted to